What is up, everyone? Welcome to a Thursday night, evening, morning, whatever it is, wherever you are. I hope you're doing well. The season has ended for Splinterlands many hours ago, 9 hours ago, something like that. And we find ourselves at the dawn of a new opportunity to lose even more matches. But I think this season I'm going to be a little bit more, I'm going to say refined and mature in the teams that I submit to battle. And I'm going to pick one of my leagues, most likely modern, to be where I elect to troll and stuff. Those of you who watch me on a regular basis will observe that there is a microphone now shoved in my face because I finally got my things together and got a proper microphone stand. So happy to hear any and all feedback about whether that is treating us well. So I've already opened my season rewards. They were pretty mediocre. We got to see Steve earlier open up his packs and got a massive cachet of SPS. I was not so lucky. My end of season rewards were around 300 and something SPS out of 45 champ level chests. So this season I'll be fighting for diamond chests. Hey Carlo, welcome, and hey the Jester Gamer, welcome also. Good to have you with us. So I am going to hope that I don't send myself into Gold 2 with my first battle of the season in Wild League. Here we go. We will see whether or not I can play tactically, intelligently, and in a refined manner so as not to lose greater than 50% of my games as I did last season. Last season I made several, how should we say, poor choices along the way. Alright, we got 30 mana, we got explosive weaponry in the house and odd ones out. And they won't be playing that. Looks like a very modern team to me. They don't like armor by the looks of things. And that's a blue splintered team. That's also it's a green splinter team. I think we might see Camilla from them. So I'm going to go with some ranged snipe because I know that return fire isn't going to be a readily available option. So let's roll out good old Selenia. Go with green splinter and focus on some speedy snipes. Not smipes, snipes. Because return fire is likely to not be in play here. Well, I can put it into play with Centauri Mage, but Centauri Mage is a rather rare card that not a lot of people have. And just to make sure that I can be somewhat defensive, let's throw Archmage Arius, not Archmage Arius, Lord Arianthus in. And we don't have any amplifiers available. That's fine. We don't have any healers available. Oh no, we've already got Spirit of the Forest in, so that's fine. I still need some more ranged damage, I think. I've got 5 mana left, I think. Let's go Vampiri Seedsmith. Almost went with the Vampiric Blossom. Almost called it a Spirit Blossom for some reason. And we can't play our 0 mana creatures, so off we go. Focusing on a somewhat more defensive team here. My Seedsmith is probably going to get instantaneously annihilated. Those opportunity creatures. But we'll see. Those opportunity creatures are actually a rather excellent choice from my opponent. Because now it's all the range stuff that stays standing for me. And, well, That's not going to end well. Into gold 2 I go, giving my opponent a massive yellow boost. Welcome, King Koi. Good to have you with us. Hope you're doing well today, tonight, tomorrow, whatever time it is for you, wherever you are in the world. It's raining DC in the chat. Thank you. Those are some cool emotes. All I've got is the Splinterlands TV ones and my poor old little images of myself. So this next one, we've got 38 mana and we've got water and fire available. Opponent has recently played water. I was thinking it doesn't look like I have max level cards, but I must remind myself that I'm playing in Gold League for the start of this season, not in Diamond. So I'm going to go with Deep Swimmer because I've got defense as my focus today, and with the Trample being part of the rule set, I think I'm going to throw the Frost Giant out in the front, the Kraken in the back, and then see what I can do in terms of triages to keep that Kraken operational. And then in second place, we will throw in the Angelic Mandarin because they've probably got the most health, and just hide Myrtle Eye Guardian in amongst the weeds. Oh, I'm so glad I brought Deep Swimmer with me because they have much ranged attack. And they don't have Return Fire on their Wave Brood, which is awesome for me. Now, the only problem is my Kraken got destroyed by Affliction. Who do I sound like, Carlo? Like me or like the man in the picture? Because I am the man in the picture. Okay, now all of a sudden this is not going so well for me. It's been a very long time since I've played in Gold League, and it's apparent there's a reason for that, because I've dropped my first 2 games. Oh, Bob Ross. Now I get it. Now I get it. You think I sound like Bob Ross. Is it because my voice is calming? Alright, we got 14 mana and Earthquake plus Equalizer. I am really tempted to go Llama Hydra. I'm going to not do that because Llama Mercenary feels like a better choice. And I'm afraid everything I said earlier looks to mean that I'm going back into my bad habits of playing Llama plus Creature because it's easy. It doesn't require much cognitive load. But hey, the name of the game here is to entertain you all, not for me to ascend to the lofty heights of esports pro extreme Splinterlands alpha gamer man. But it would be very sad for my max level cards to be languishing in Gold League. They will for probably most of this stream. Oh yeah, what an idiot I am. It was Equalizer and I've gone with 1 creature. Well, they've gone with the full cohort of 6 creatures, which means they're going to be just chipping away with a whole bunch of damage. I should still win, but yes, I did. Good. Thank goodness, because I don't think I could have tolerated 3 losses in a row. Not this early. So I'm at a 33% win rate. Let's see if I can keep calculating it in my head for the entirety of this stream. Don't think I will, but maybe I will. Equal opportunity, odd ones out, fire and water. Okay, so the most viable summoner here is probably going to be Kelia, given that fire doesn't have much, if any, piercing that's going to fit within this rule set. Hey Techie, although let's go have a look if fire is capable of doing some nice piercing. I feel as though it could be Forgotten One versus what's the water splinter 8 mana thing called? It's not relevant because they are not included. Okay. With it being odd ones out, I think I might go fire indeed. Because then we've got a retaliation. Leaves me with 1 mana, but opportunity is going to drive the attacks into Flame Monkey if I choose to play Flame Monkey, which I would because of a repair. Is there any other retaliates available? Let's see. Well, Hydra is always an option. You know what? Let's go Jotun, Hydra, and see what happens. Well, I think it's going to be okay. There's no last stand though, so I don't think it's going to be okay. Oh, the retaliate missed, and now we're poisoned. No, I think we'll be alright. Yes, we will be. Oh, that felt nerve-wracking. So that's a 50% win rate for the season, and a 100% win rate with Summoner plus Creature. I believe that is a certain signature of mine at this point. As absurd as that is. But, yeah. Alright, well, let's continue. 19 mana. Close range. Mana cap 19. We don't care about these summons, but we do care about this one. They have a Grandmaster Wraith available to them. With close range being in the mix, I think piercing ranged stuff is going to be good. Something that could work well is certainly going to be Cornelius. Maybe even Shield Bearer. But Shield Bearer would get destroyed by Uriel. So since it's close range, let's think about boosting up some ranged creatures, because really the only return fire we've got to worry about is Shield Bearer. No, we don't have return fire to worry about because of the fact that this is not Diamond League. So it's fine. We will go with a predominantly ranged team. I've got to stop and think about the fact that I'm in a league where things don't have the skills I am accustomed to. I think we really need to bring Arbalest. And then we're going to throw in the Fiend and the Chicken. Oh, man, the Fiend doesn't even have the swiftness on it at this league level. Oh man, I'm going to get destroyed here. All of that sneak. It's going to ruin me. Hey, Max Macca, welcome. Although, I thought he could dodge some more, but no dodging. Not even any hitting for me. So I believe that takes me down to a 40% win rate so far for this season. That is, how are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games played, 2 wins. Yes, that is a 40% win rate. Hey, look at me. I'm still doing maths properly. The next one's going to be far more challenging, no matter which way it goes. Because that's fractions and decimals, and that hurts my brain. Whereas this, it's 5 matches. I just multiply it by 2. Get it to 10. Then double the wins, double the losses. 6 is a more difficult fraction. At least mentally. Okay, aim, true, everything always hits. Stampede, we got Dragon and Life as our options. We have quite a few things in my opponent's repertoire. I could go with Sacred Unicorn. I want to go with Sacred Unicorn because trampling. They don't have Divine Shield at this level. Interesting. Alright, we need to build support around Trampling Unicorn. Strampling Unicorn. I'm going to call them whatever I want. I'm going to go Silver Shield Assassin, so therefore we should probably also go with Stitch Leech. Then let's go with Halfling Alchemist, since everything is always going to hit. Throw in the Fiend and the Chicken, just to fatten up the team. And we'll see what happens. Oh, we won due to a surrender. Wonderful news. I got to get myself through this gold league and then up and out of here into something that I am better at. I got to try and stack as many of these focus chests as I can today. 58 lost legendaries, armored up. We got a bit of everything available. I think we're probably going to see this combo of Nightmare. Now, with it being lost legendaries, its legendary monsters may not be used. Since they're going to bring Nightmare, and I just have that feeling in my bones, I'm going to go with Kitty so that everything hits. Then we're going to want Piercing to come along and join the fight for us. I want it to be a relatively quick Piercing too. I don't know what's going to have Piercing. I'm thinking of legendary creatures along the way. I mean, neutral options. I was thinking Chain Golem, but that's legendary, so that won't work. Maybe Unicorn Mustang? They don't have Piercing in this league. Fun. Oh, look at me learning new things. Okay, so maybe not Green Splinter. What does Blue Splinter have for us? Also not a lot of Piercing. What about Death Splinter? Also not a lot of Piercing. Radio. What about Fire Splinter? Well, we've got Serpent of the Flame isn't something I've thought of for a while. Let's do Serpent of the Flame. They're not the best choice, but they're the piercingest choice. Sandworm sadly doesn't have piercing at this level either. We will bring Phineas. Ifrit Elder has some last stand, so that should be fun. Do we have any Shatter available? Try and remove some armor. Oh, Shatter and Repair together at last. That's a good choice. The Flamesmith. I'm going to throw some magic in. Naga Fire Wizard. So we've got 2 magic. We've got a ranged. We've got 2 melee. Let's look for another range to throw in here. Maybe we go with Bloodmaker or Phyrexia General. Let's go with Phyrexia General. That way we buff up Phineas and the Serpent as well. Okay. So glad I didn't go with anything that was massively magical. Seems to be a pretty well balanced team, but their magic is ripping me apart at this point. Once I get through Torhalo though, there are greater horrors that await me, such as Narissa. But I think I'm going to have a rather good prospect in terms of last stand with Ifrit Elder. Particularly if we can survive just long enough to do a dodge there. It's not close range, is it? Good, it's not close range, so I'll be taking 3 damage and be healing 4 damage every turn. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ifrit Elder, for your last stand services. It's a slow win, but it's a win, which is useful. That puts me back up into Gold 1. Yes, hooray. Joyous joys. Still only the 1 chest, but I want to be back up there in Diamond, earning the appropriate amount of points to get through. Thank you, Carlo. It's a good last stand. I feel like Ifrit Elder is rather underappreciated in that regard. Coupled with the kitty there, the free heal was amazing. Now we've got 56 mana and standard rules here, so we could see anything. My opponent does have an Archmage Arius as well as a kitty. I think this one is going to necessitate me going Kraken Kitty to have any chance of getting out alive. But I don't know if Kraken is as good in Gold League. We're about to find out. We're going to go with the double demoralize. Then this is going to be an all legendary team, I feel. Ruler of the Seas can bring a silence along. And can we fit Chaos Dragon in? That way we've got a blind. Yes, we can. Now we just need to go healer and a little bit of a cleanse. Who's going to bring our cleanse along? Or do we just go Dr. Blight? Because Dr. Blight fits. Let's go Dr. Blight. Cleanse. Be damned. Watch them play Mimosa. No, it's Archmage Arius. Excellent. I'm so glad I went with magic, because none of them have magic reflect. Hopefully we can get some nice dodges going on from the Kraken. The only thing that's going to be problematic is the blast damage from Gold Dragon impacting the Metal Eye Guardian, because I don't have a triage along for the fight. Oh, this double blast combo has worked really nicely for me. So, Archmage Arius doesn't always mean victory, but very impressive collection of cards fielded by my opponent. Royal Dragon Archer is a super old promo card. A Kraken ruined their day. I've got the cards and I'm not afraid to use them. Nice. That was 40 rating points. So that puts me solidly into the realms of Gold 1. Don't know about my prospects on the leaderboard at this point. 8 battles, 5 wins. That's not too bad. That's better than 50%. Just. If I was sitting at 16 battles with 10 wins, I wouldn't be as happy, because that number sounds less impressive. Alright, we have a Little League and Noxious Fumes. And we have no idea what our opponent's going to field, because they have not recently played any of these splinters. So, Little League Noxious Fumes. I feel as though Life Splinter is the better choice, on account of the fact that we're probably going to have more healing or cleanse or triage. Certainly more than fire. It'd help if the search function was working for me and working nicely. So I'm going to cleanse and a triage all in one. Spirit Hoarder is a nice triage. I don't think we've got anyone with immunity. Well, we've got Venatcore to come along with immunity. And that gives us a blast shield in a case of, well, we're not going to see Jotun, but it's always a risk. It's just not mathematically possible here. Let's throw in Dr. Blight, because they will have an opportunistic feast. And then let's go with Zenith Monk. So we've got the double cleanse. I feel like the double cleanse is potentially wasted. Crystal Smith is awesome though. I feel like Time Mage is probably a better choice, but let's see. Alright. It's the Brim Reaper. What a great username. I like it. They've also gone with Opportunity, Scavenge. But they do not have a cleanse on their side, so that is wonderful news for me. They've also brought a Dr. Blight along. How is their Dr. Blight? 1 more health. The summoner ability, of course. That's why their Dr. Blight has 1 more health. I think I'm going to be okay here, but I just noticed that they also have a Zenith Monk. which is going to be great fun. But luckily, it doesn't have magic reflect. I think my Dr. Blight's going to be able to hang on slightly longer on account of the fact that it does have that cleanse backing it up. Well, it doesn't have that cleanse backing it up anymore, but Vanatcore has immunity, so in the Dr. Blight versus Dr. Blight fight, it is Vanatcore Kinjo who wins, with Dr. Blight sitting in the back going, yes, thank you, I also did help. So that's still showing the last leaderboard instance there, but likely to have improved through that result, which is good. That'd make it 9 battles and 6 wins. So greater than a 60% win rate. Can I make it a 70% win rate with this next battle? Hopefully, because that would be a amazing start to the season. 42 mana, no legendary monsters, heavy hitters. They have a Prince Renan and relied very heavily on legendary creatures there. Magic is a thing, but also Void is a thing. I think the only way I'm going to get through this, they have some very nice cards, is going via the sneak route. And we want it to be a super quick sneak. So let's go with Kitty. I'm going to go with Life Splinter because I feel like I've got the strongest sneak game within my Life Splinter, mainly because of Silver Shield Assassin. The poison also helps as well. In fact, I'm really hoping they don't go Mylor, because if they go Mylor, I'm going to be absolutely appalled and get absolutely destroyed. Now I have 9 mana left for a tank. Shield Bearer feels like a good idea. I'm going to go with Clay Golem in case they do tend towards their propensity to focus on magic. And hope for the best. Did they focus on magic? Sort of. I'm not sad. I'm not happy about my Select Slipspawn being their tank. Particularly with the team that I have fielded, because that's not a great start. At least it's gone now, but I'm going to get picked off very aggressively by their team, unless Sand Golem can dodge repeatedly. No, they cannot. So 60% win rate to start the season with my first 10 battles. Not brilliant, but making progress upwards. 10 battles, 41 ranking points gained, 4.1 rating points per battle. That's not that great, actually. Should be better than that. I need to get good. To be fair, though, that was quite a talented opponent that we came up against with so many dirty cards. I would have fared slightly better if I brought Shield Bearer, but still didn't go as well as it could have. Now, the only thing I'm missing here is Magic Reflect for Llama Cornelius. Hey, Ank12C, welcome. Good to have you with us. I need to stop playing Llama plus Creature, as I constantly say, but oh, it feels so good to play Llama plus Creature. It's so nice. It's so amazingly awesome. I'm just going to move my microphone down because I've got a microphone stand now, and I realized it was covering my face, so you couldn't see my face. Hopefully you guys can still hear me okay. Looks like the levels are alright in OBS, so should be alright. I have a microphone for a mouth. I am the microphone man. I'm not the microphone man. Okay, well, I'm glad this is the team that they have put together, because it is ranged in terms of its main damage source. Here we go. It's going to take a while, but I should come away with the victory here. Mainly because I won't be feeding that scavenger with oodles of scavenge. It's just time consuming. Very time consuming battle here. I'm going to skip that one ahead. Beautiful. Victory is obtained. Victory is mine. That makes me happy. And an hour and 7 minutes left to try and stack as many of these focus chests. Ooh, it's close range, but also back to basics. And I get the feeling I'm going to need to go Lorna here. It's not quite enough mana for Jotun, I feel. So Lorna it is. Let's look at ranged, and if I've got 22 mana to work with, I'm going to look at 3 mana creatures for the most part. 3 and below. Maybe a 4 mana creature. Peacebringer feels good. Who else can do well here? 2 mana for 2 damage feels good. 3 mana for 2 damage feels good. The rest are tougher choices. Much tougher choices. 4 mana for 2 damage. Choosing Time Mage because she's faster than Defender of Truth. Now, who's going to be our tank? Then we can decide what our last thing is going to be. Hey Maui, welcome. I think Crystal Jaguar is really the best choice there in terms of raw health. And we've got 2 mana left over. I think I'm going to go down the magic damage path here. In fact, I'm going to swap Zenith Archer just to make sure. This Temporal Master costs 3. Yes, so I've ordered these in terms of the amount of damage they do to make sure those who do the most damage stay alive the longest. Okay, let's see how we go. I was afraid we'd be missing. That's why I wanted to ensure there was more mages in my team than not. That was a brilliant hit by Peacebringer. Real mix of the old school and the new school here in my team. But Lorna was the MVP. Preventing an entire round's worth of damage is always a good thing. Hey Kira, welcome. Alright. 2588 rating. It's getting there. It's going to be a while yet before we get to Diamond. 212 rating points away. I'm going to do everything I can to get there today. I don't want to spend too much time in Gold League. Alrighty, Lost Magic, Equal Opportunity. I think this is ideal for something like Prince Renan, which I don't have. So the next best thing is going to be Blue Splinter to make sure that everything goes straight back in their face. But then we lack an Amplify. So what return fire options do we have under someone like a Llama Mage? There's no Amplify options there either. What about in Death Splinter? We have 1 Amplify option. What about return fire? There's a few options, but coupled with Equal Opportunity, that's not ideal. Alternatively, we go with... do we have the Taunt Gold League? No Taunt. Wavebrood and Kraken have Taunt. So I guess it's going to be Kraken. Then we're going to bring in some lovely little tank heals. And is there shatter? So I feel like shatter is going to be important in this rule set. I don't think my opponent's going to have a Naga Windmaster. It's an old beta card. So we are definitely going to run with that. Now, the other thing we should probably do is run electric heals for blast. I'm not too worried about the enemy having blast, to be honest. Naga Windmaster is going to go at the back. Murdhampy is going to chill out there and act as a bit of a fence in between. All right, let's see how we go. Hey, Wangsmith, welcome. I am pretty happy with the team I've put together here, even though they've gone with Floating Skull. Oh no, Ever Hungry Skull, sorry. Hope I got the names of these things right. As their tank. Although I am going to have to watch out for Legionnaire Alvar because that giant killer has the propensity to absolutely slaughter the Kraken. So I'm very glad I've got that repair present in my team. But the addition of the Demoralize from Kraken is working well. Kraken synergizes with Kraken. Who would have thought it? Synergizes well with itself. I'm really missing poison on Naga Windmaster. She gets that in Diamond League and above. Would have made this battle ever so slightly quicker. I've sort of pulled out heaps of old school creatures here to bring this victory to the fore. Electric Eels, Naga Windmaster, they're cards that are very rarely seen, at least in Diamond League. I'm sure they're seen with a much higher rate of incidence in Champion League, but Diamond League, they're very rarely used, and I imagine they're used even less in Gold League. So there's a 3-game winning streak, which is a pretty good. Let me continue on my path of destruction towards Diamond. Okay, what a useless rule set. Back to basics, but guess what? We can trample, but we can't trample because trampling is not allowed in Back to Basics. Alright, they have an Ulster. They also have a Kalia. That is all the wisdom and knowledge we are working on for this particular battle. I feel like I should maybe be going Ulster. Or perhaps Mimosa. I think Mimosa will give me slightly better survivability. And I'm going to go and be ridiculous. I think a Nightmare is adequately ridiculous. Just because of the speed and that enormous health. Now, let's be really strategic around who we choose. Soul Strangler is an absolute no-brainer. 3 mana for 4 damage. I think the other no-brainer is potentially Twisted Jester. Yeah, let's do that. Watchang is tempting. So then we get the best of both worlds, but I think they're a bit expensive. Screaming Banshee, yes. Lots of damage for not a lot of health. Really risky though if they do play Ouster. Now let's see if we can find someone with 5 mana. We can throw in that second position. Alrighty, they did go with Ouster. So I'm not super duper confident of a victory here. But Void may actually make it quite useful as a defense. I am growing backwards in confidence, i.e. my confidence is being increased with each attack here. because going with Mimosa enabled sufficient survivability, which is awesome. So another one to the win streak. I'm very happy with that one. That one felt like it could have gone down the path of loss very easily. All right, so 14 battles, 10 wins. That's a good win rate. That's very healthy. Apparently I'm 8th on the leaderboard in gold, but I'm not interested in any of that. I want to be 400th on the leaderboard in Diamond League. It's a much better place to be. It's going to be tough to get there though. I have a better win rate than most of the people around me on the leaderboard as well. Geez, this person went hard early. 54 matches. 30 of them won. 6 lost. It's a lot of games for 9 hours. Alright. Melee and ranged always hit. Evens. I'm feeling this is a shield bearer game. Yes, I am, because I don't see a lot of magic in their collection. Do see that piercing. Let's go Grandmaster Wraith anyway to be on the safe side. So shield bearer. Let's throw High Priest Darius in. They do have Resurrect, they do have Blast, so that is good. Repairs. Oh, that could be a problem. No, it won't be a problem. Hello, Armorsmith. Shield Bearer is going to be missing Return Fire. So it does make us a bit vulnerable to the Fire Splinter here. Who are we going to throw into second position in that case? Let's go with... well, Crystal Smith is a must, because that's our heal mode. Armorsmith is going to keep us somewhat alive, provided they don't bring a shatter. I might go Krallis, because Krallis does fit into my team. Okay, I am very glad I went with Wraith as my summoner here. Not so glad I went with lots of magic damage in my team, because look at all that reflect. They've got healing available as well. Their Resurrect is triggered. I'm hoping we don't kill our Resurrection. Good. Because that would have been really rather embarrassing, because now we get all of our armor back. Hey, General Discharge, welcome. Long time no see. I know my time zone isn't really all that helpful for you. Well, he served his purpose there, High Priest Darius. Now, we're left with a pretty interesting battle. It's Krallis versus the world, plus a few of his friends. And Prismatic Energy is really annoying me right now. Good, they will cease annoying me now. But High Priest Darius, he's done the job that he needed to do. Oh, good stun. Thank you, Billa. Alright, can my Billa beat the entire enemy team? I don't think so. Hey, Boomburst. And hey, Papa Thomas, welcome to you both. Yeah, that one's over. That was really well played by my opponent. That double magic reflect in the front line really annihilated me. Alright. Time for another battle. Hopefully one that will result in my victory. Heavy hitters, 30 mana. Do we have few of those. Oh, they've got a Cryptomancer. That's going to be very annoying. What do they have in blue? They have a Valnamore too, so it could be... And of course they've got a Jotun. I don't think they'll be playing a Jotun here on account of the magic. I think I'm going to go with... not Pyre. I wanted to go Ouster with Harklaw, because I feel like that's my best way of staying alive and not getting stunned to death, while also having access to a stun of my own, which also has immunity. Sadly does not have Blast Shield at this league level. So do we then go ahead and... do you have Blast Shield? Yes, you do. Good. And you also have immunity, so I'm running an all immunity team so far. What can we do in terms of stun? Cthulhu feels absurdly optimistic for this rule set, but here I am. Weeding Warrior can go in and support, and we'll throw the chicken in between these two so that if they do come along with Jotun and Opportunity, at least the damage won't be terrible. They didn't bring the Opportunity, which is good news. They brought a mishmash rather of magic and ranged, and I think I'm going to be okay. Well, I don't think I'm going to be okay. I know I'm going to be okay because Cthulhu is waiting at the back to last stand if anything bad happens. That was a really easy win. And does that put me higher than what I was before I lost? No. But it does get me my 4th focus chest and 4th season chest ready to go. I'm at 85% ECR, 45 minutes into the stream, so I guess I'm probably going to end on like 63%, something like that. So we're going to go hard on day 1 of the season. Try and get as close as we can to Diamond, so we can spend as much time of this season in Diamond as possible, because I didn't make Champ last season. I need to stack as many Diamond chests as I can while pushing as high as I can to see whether or not my next season rewards will be kinder to me. Looking forward to it, hopefully. Alright, come on, find me an opponent game. How was everyone else's end of season rewards? Did you get anything fantastic? Let me know in the chat. Keen to hear, because mine was very, very ordinary. Equalizer and explosive weaponry. Interesting. I feel like if they don't bring a whole bunch of magic reflect on a regular basis, it doesn't look like... Do they have magic reflect things? They could bring an Archmage Arius. I think I'm going to go Life Splinter here. And I'm going to roll with Chancius, because I want Billa and Stitch Leech. Where are you, Mr. Stitch Leech? There you are. And I completely forgot about Adelaide Brightwing that last battle. She's got a great repair. We'll throw in the Blast Shield in case. Although it feels... no, we're gonna hold it in there. And no, there's too much mana available here. We probably should swap summoners. Go Grandmaster Wraith in case of magic. Let's do that. So Wraith, Krallis, Billa, Brightwing. We need the Healing Machine. I feel like Uriel might be useful. Actually, yeah, let's say goodbye to the Shield Bearer. Just rock Uriel. Krallis can go there. This is going to make me super vulnerable to things like sneak. Maybe not. Let's... Dr. Blight seems... stuff it. Let's do this. So we got the double resurrection. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this one. Oh, that's a lot of magic reflect. That is an enormous amount of magic reflect. That's not good for me. And Jin Murray is the perfect counter to someone like Uriel. So this may not go as well as I hope. And we are not going to get in as quickly as we want because Corrupt Pegasus is going to heal before we can attack. Oh no, we can still have that killing blow if we can hit. No, we're dead. We'll get resurrected. We can still have that killing blow if we hit. I'm grasping at the shortest of straws here. We can still have that killing blow. If we hit, no, because his charge got undone. Wonderful. Oh, that's a loss. That's a loss if I've ever seen one, most likely. Cryptmancer was such an amazing choice for this. I think Billa's going to get mutilated by an immediate affliction from Dr. Blight. But I live in hope that that won't happen. Because if that doesn't happen, she may have a chance. Yeah, there's the affliction. At least she didn't get poisoned. But now she's dead. Yeah, not a chance. That undead lich did a much better job of being the vampiric live forever, which you'd expect from an undead lich. Not so much from Abilla the Radiant. Right. That's a bad cycle I've started there. Win-loss, win-loss. It's not the way you increase your rating. You need 2 or 3 wins in a row. Then maybe a loss. Ideally, 400 wins in a row. I've never done that before. It's probably not going to happen. Reverse speed and close range. All right. Well, they could completely ignore... No, they can't because Blue Splinter can't be played. They have not played any death recently. I am probably going to go with death and think about Bone Golem or maybe Cursed Windiku. I think Windiku is probably the better choice. Hey, a super cow. Are you soup made of cow? Or are you soup enhanced by the presence of beef? It's a very unique username. I like it. It's making me hungry. I don't like soup, but I do like beef. I don't even know how to look for Cursed Windiku because I don't know what abilities it has at this league level. It's got thorns and heal, so might serve its purpose. I am going to be soup made by cow, so milk, cereal. I really want to go Gauladon here. But then I don't know what else I want to play because I'm using so much of my mana. Let's look at ascending speeds. Ancient Lich feels like it would be rude. So let's go Dr. Blight because that feels like it would also be rude. Should try and take advantage of this rule set here. Let's throw a blind in to see if we can't get them to miss. Throw in these little annoying creatures that can potentially feed the opportunistic people at the back. That magic reflect may be annoying. They've put together quite a solid team here. Not gonna lie. I really wish this guy had camouflage, but I don't think it's gonna matter all that much. Gauladon is... well, I planned on Gauladon being my MVP here. And I'm going to be supported very well by the rest of the team, but an enraged Gauladon is an angry boy. Oh, that charge got me good. I was going to say it got me bad, but it got me good. And we haven't been able to afflict that Hero of the Beyond. And there we go. Now we can afflict and poison them, but I think it's too little too late. Wow, Temporal Master absolutely wrecked us. I don't think I've ever spoken that sentence in my life. Congratulations to my opponent. Excellent use of Temporal Master. Absolutely ruined my team. It was really well done. Let's try and win the next one. I haven't been playing as many meme teams as I normally do, so the chance of victory is higher, but I don't seem to be able to pull it off today. Not as much as I want to. Ooh, Silent Summoners and taking sides. So it matters not what we play, and it seems as though my opponent relies heavily on Summoners, evidenced by the fact that it's Jotun, Archmage Arius, Jotun. So I think we'll be seeing Archmage Arius, which doesn't really matter because it's going to have no effect. Question is, what can I do in terms of best bang for buck? It's going to be, of course, dragons. Who's going to be a nice little, really good tank? I think I'm going to go Water Splinter. So we can have a retaliation there. Then we're going to throw in electric eels. I'm going for a pretty aggressive team here. Oh, if they play Milo though, it's not going to be good. Coral Wraith gives me a nice little sneaky sneak just to chip away. Then I like Crustacean King, but I don't think they're going to be useful. I want that Protect to be in my team. What protections do we have available? Alright, it's going to be Wavesmith, against my better judgment probably. We've got 1 health. We can use Albatross as a healer. We've got 1 left again. We go Stonefish or Torrent Fiend? I think it's got to be Stonefish in the middle. Let's hope. Interesting. I'm really glad I've got Coral Wraith. Hello, Shinlo. Wow. That's a blast from a very distant past. Bye, Naga. What a team. What excellent cards my opponent has thrown into the battlefield here. I don't think mine are going to be as excellent. Yep, no way. They've been quite aggressive. How long have they been playing? August 2021. And they've got all of those crazy cards. That's insane. I want to go look at their card collection. Do they own all of these cards? Or are they renting those cards? Okay, so it looks like they're renting quite a few of their collection there. Interesting. They're going pretty hard. They've done a good job though. I think that's the second time I fought them. I think I defeated them on the first occasion. Yes. Fought them 39 minutes ago. I managed to defeat them, so they got revenge on me. And my rating is exactly back where it began against them. It was 2550 the last time I fought them. They were at 244 there. What were they before? So they've lost 40 ranking points in the same time frame, whereas I've stayed stagnant. Okay, we have Fog of War. And, oh, my opponent has all of the summoners. I think we're probably going to see Jotun here. So I'm going to go with a blue Splinter. And just in case they don't do Jotun, I'm going to throw Arianthus in the front. I'm going to have a Reflection Shield available. And then, well, since everything's going to happen in procedural order, that means I can probably throw Ruler of the Seas in and have them right at the very back, so that silence and that swiftness can persist throughout the battle. What else can we throw in? Do we go with Asmir Harpoonist? I think maybe it's 5 damage. Green Splinter's not available. There's not any look at us block the enormous damage available. What's going to be my last creature? Let's just be greedy and look at most expensive creatures. Let's go with Phantom of the Abyss. Right up in their grill. In fact, we'll just swap those 3 around. Oh, it's not Jotun. They've got a Arianthus in their front line as well. Could be dangerous for me. It would have been nice if I had a Reflect. An Amplifier, rather. Why didn't I think of that? I could have had a kill at this point. Oh, another kill. Beautiful. Needed that poison to hit. That's a lot of magic Reflect that they've thrown at me. I'm really glad I brought Asmir Harpoonist along. The good news is they're definitely going to hit Elemental Phoenix because of the snare. Snare always hits flying. Excellent. This is the sort of comeback I needed. Perfect. Well, could have been better. But it's still a long road back up to Diamond. Yeah, I could have started in Modern, but I only got to Diamond 3 in Modern. I'm primarily a Wild player. Holy Protection, 12 mana. That's going to be an interesting game. Oh, that's a mean looking team. I think I'm going to go with Life Splinter here. Life Splinter or Earth? Earth feels like it could do some damage. So does Death. Let's go Death. We've got Dr. Blight. We'll feast upon the opportunities. In fact, this is probably a risky proposition here. No, Riftwing is way too risky. I'm going to go Screaming Banshee, even though that in itself is risky as well. Then you seem like a poor choice. You know what? Let's do something completely different. Llama Mage and Tortoisan Chief. Oh, I think I might have made a correct decision here. Maybe. It's going to be a lot of damage coming at us from those two sneakers. But I think I'm going to have... No, I'm not going to have enough damage, health, healing, all of the things to be able to outlast that drat. It looked good at first, but it quickly became a disaster. And what else did I expect? Chief does not win. Chief got defeated. Absolutely crushed. Like a speeding car. I don't know. The metaphor was very poor. Just like my play today. Alright, 42 mana. Trample. Holy Protection. Holy Protection makes the trample a little bit less appealing. What does my opponent have? Do they have a... Okay, they didn't play a creature there. Yeah, they've got a slip spawn, so there goes my grand ideas of doing the immense double strike, everything awesome all the time. What about Blast? Let's see if we can do a Blasty team. Particularly if they're bringing slip spawn along. I don't know that my best options for Blast are in Blue Splinter, but there's the added chance of blinding the enemy. Feels good to me. Come on, Grenadier. You need to come along to this. You don't have a choice in the matter. I suppose we should probably throw Demon Shark in. Seems like a clever thing to do. Do we throw Helendale in for the resurrection, or do we focus on... Let's just focus on pure damage. So I'm going to have a Sharness at the back to protect us from any sneaks. And we can't afford the Sandworm, sadly, but we can afford something that costs 6 mana. And... you know what stops trampling armies? Lobstradamus. Oh no. They brought Deep Lurker, which is gonna go straight for my Grenadier. My only hope is that they miss. On the very bright side, Oceanus is not going to take damage from Demon Shark or Deep Lurker. On the not so bright side, I can't hit them. At least it's going both ways. There's quite a bit of missing happening from both sides. I've got the superior magic damage. Now, what's not good is Deep Lurker's going to come after Ruler of the Seas next. Oh, good. The misses. Excellent. And now Lobstradamus can deal with Deep Lurker. But Lobstradamus is poisoned, which is not great. Okay, this is suddenly great again. Oh, what a swing in battle. It's like, I think I can. Nope. I think I can. Nope. I think I can. Yep. It all came good in the end. And I think we took rating points away from someone ranked higher than us, which is always a lovely thing to do. It's a good ego boost. Wow, I've only got 28 minutes left to try and get to 5 chests. I can do it. But there's about 50 minutes left in my stream here today. My goal was diamond today. It's an ambitious goal. At least I'm not going backwards to the extreme. I'm going backwards, but not all the way backwards. Okay. Do they have a llama mage? They don't have a llama mage, and it is melee mayhem, and it's only 19 mana. Oh, I feel like Life Splinter could still beat a llama hydra here, but I'm going with what is safe and known quantity to me. Let's go llama hydra. And does harvester have they don't have retaliate. Does anything else have retaliate? Not that I can afford within the mana. Alright then, let's go with a stun. And if they don't go llama, I think a halfling alchemist might do well. Throw in these 0 mana support structures. And we'll see what we're up against. Lots of magic. Beautiful stun. It's a lot of triage my opponent has brought along. At least there's no repair present. I feel like Halfling Alchemist is going to be doing a lot of heavy lifting. Trample. Oh, they don't have trample at this league level. I always forget that. So Halfling Alchemist will be doing no heavy lifting. I will be healing for 6 per turn. 5. That's not great. Coupled with that poison. Hydra failed. Not good at all. Okay, 18 mana. Aim true, reverse speed. It's a lot of Kelia. I do think Tarsa might be a good choice here. Everything will always hit. Not Pyre. Let's go Tarsa. I'm gonna go with Forgotten One. Oh good, Flame Monkey doesn't have speed boost at this league. That's excellent news. Vanadcore maybe. Yeah, let's go Halfling Alchemist anyway. And we'll try and sort of sequester that Flame Monkey in a safe-ish spot. That's a very interesting team. Feel as though Vanadcore wasn't a good choice. Alright, here comes the good old redemption. Although the speed didn't really do all that much damage to them. Damage, I mean, by the sense of everything was always going to hit anyway, so it didn't really matter what speed they brought as long as it was good stuff. But now I find myself in the position where it's a 1v1 and I'm not going to win it. Came very close. But I am indeed gutted by my opponent, who also happens to be named Gutted. Forgive the terrible pun. 2 losses in a row, and Stampede, and back to basics. What a perfectly aligned rule set. How excellent. I'm going to go with Llama Mage, because healing. And then I feel like I should be going with whatever has the most melee attack damage as my front line. That is Sandworm. That feels like a really poor choice for a front line, but there we go. Now we're going to sort by magic damage. Put whoever has the most magic damage into the team. Slipspawn on account of the health. Chaos Dragon also on account of the health. Margie of the Forest on account of the health. Then we'll swap on over to range damage and grab whoever's got the most range damage. So Headhunter. And for 7 mana, I think we should probably go, instead of with Goblin Tower, quite possibly with Hunter Jarks, because they have more health than the Goblin Tower does. Let's see if this works. They've gone super heavy on the magic. I don't think this healing's going to help me very much at all. Slipspawn didn't even manage to get an attack in from their end. It's looking good. I do like my opponent's name, Extreme Player, from the Extreme Mythical Creatures clan, or guild. I use those terms interchangeably. That was a good little win. Oh, one more win for that 5th chest. Surely I can do that in the next 20 minutes that I've got before that focus ends. And then I'll eagerly tear into those chests. See what we can find. 14 mana, standard rule sets. What does my opponent have? I think I'm going to play this cautiously instead of just going Llama Hydra. I'm going to be rather sensible. Well, those are the sweet, sweet lies I will tell myself. Let's go with Conjurer. There's our Amplify. Celestial Harpy feels nice. Crystal Smith. Ooh, do we want to throw a blind in or do we want to cleanse? Let's go with the cleanse. The cleanse plus the speed feels safer. Throw the chicken in on the back. Even though they've got less health, I want to try and grab the maximal award for playing them. Oh, why do you have to be Mylor? Why? That's not a consideration I had considered. I should have brought Dr. Blight with me. Although that's good. We've taken out Mycelia. That could be the turning point that we needed. Oh, you know who's going to be the MVP here? It's going to be Crystal Smith. I'm glad I won this one. I am very glad I won that one. I did not think I was going to win that one straight out of the gates. But I'm very glad that I didn't go Llama Hydra. That would have been absolute disaster for me if I did. Mycelia is super mean in Gold League. I need to take advantage of that. Let's try and do that now. Ooh, they like an obsidian too. Let us indeed try and take advantage of that. Let's go with Lyanna. We'll throw in Lord Arianthus. And there's a Mycelia. And we'll go one better. Throw Wood Nymph along. And Dr. Blight along. Now with 4 and 4, it's something like an Acid Shooter maybe. Only thing I'm missing here is a cleanse. I've got enough mana to throw a llama at this, so let's do that. Then I'll have to think of something that can do a good last stand. Who's going to go in second position? Let's go back to Mycelia, Wood Nymph. Acid Shooter was who I was considering. I'm missing a cleanse. What else am I going to throw in here? Oh yes, Dr. Blight was in the team. That's right. And I don't have a cleanse I can bring along here. I think it might have to be Halfling Alchemist. Wood Nymph in second. Let's see how this goes. That way Dr. Blight might get a last stand. Should get a last stand. Excellent. No worries, Boomburst. Good to have you with us. Well, it looks like my opponents thought long and hard about their team as well, because I took my sweet time putting my little army together for this one. And with 39 seconds left on the clock, they have not done the same thing. Be interesting to see what comes at me here. Jotun would be absolutely demoralizing and terrifying because I don't have any return fire or any real damage. Okay. Well, this could be okay. Apart from the equivalency of rust happening over here. Of course I get poisoned immediately, but at least I poisoned them immediately as well. Well, Grenadier was a really good choice. Oh no, I did have a cleanse. That's why I played Llama, of course. Good. Affliction has landed. Oh, that's dangerous. And goodbye to their main damage sources. I think I'm going to be okay. Because we'll have a cleansing Dr. Blight on our side against whatever little stuff remains on their team. I'll have the bonus of an affliction impacting them. Not that it'll do anything, and what I meant by affliction was the redemption. Oh, look at that. 20 health. Is it going to be enough health? Yes. Beautiful. I'm really glad I swapped over to Llama there. It did the job, and it did the job rather handsomely. I think I might be able to get up to that 6th chest. Definitely going to push for it. Consequences be damned. Ooh, 17 mana. Spreading Fury, Stampede. Oh no, they've got a Lord of Darkness. I am very afraid of a Lord of Darkness. I'm really tempted to go Lamacron. So I'm not sure that that's expected. But they do have a Revealer. They tend to favor death, so I'd be bringing a stun if I was in their shoes. This is actually a pretty tough one. I think I might go with Camilla here. And try to stun them. Revealer has stun at this level? Pretty sure it does. Yes. So we'll have a Revealer. We don't want something to anger the Lord of Darkness. Maybe a Riftwing? Seems pretty risky. Then some more magic. some life leech. And we'll just protect what we can. Oh, that's like the perfect counter to my team. That's not helpful. That's not helpful at all. Oh, that magic reflect. Why would you read my mind this way? That's not great. Down to 76% ECR. I will struggle onwards towards more loss and despair. Maybe. That was a good winning streak. Ended too soon. It was 3 wins. But 2602, is that my highest rating of recent times? No, 2607 35 minutes ago. 2643. And I can't read any further back. Explosive weaponry target practice. Feels like speed's going to be required to me. Let's go, kitty. Maybe Shield Bearer might have something else to say about this. But let's go, kitty. With life, I think, because then everything's going to have snipe. We're just going to bring all of the melee things. Opportunity is what I'm looking for. Oh, look at that mighty fine opportunity team. Then we're going to hope that Chaos Agent can do the best dodging that we've ever seen in a Splinterlands career. This is such a risky team. Such a risky team. I'm going to get murdered by everything. In fact, I can't think of a single team that my team would be able to defeat. Well, we should be slightly faster. All I need to be is faster than that Serpentine Spy. And I was. Good miss. Excellent. Very, very excellent. Don't retaliate. Good. They didn't retaliate. Hey, without empathy, welcome. I'm trying to make my way out of gold back into the realms of diamonds. Because I started here today at the top of, well, bottom of gold 1. This is not my best beginning, but it's not been my worst either. We got heavy hitters and lost legendaries. I feel like I want to be Dragon Death. But who is going to be Daria? Feels like it's too expensive. Be great if I had any of the 2 mana summoners. Let's go Camilla instead. Because then, I mean, Blue Splinter's got the most cost-effective stun, I think. Be hilarious to play Gremlin Blaster. Unwise, but hilarious. Then who's going to tank for us? Shadowy Presence could be fun. Not very effective, though. I guess Cursed Slime Ball at least does something when they die. Then can we go with 2 mana and 1 mana? Is that a backfire? It is a backfire. Maybe. And who's got 1 health left? Let's go add some extra health to our team. Yeah, I don't feel super bad about what I played. Grenadier would have been nice. Miss was not great. Oh, this is not looking good. Come on, Naga. No, the other way around. No, that's all over. Hey, Vasupi, thank you for subbing to the channel using your Prime. Glance back over to the chat to see that. It's awesome news. Now, if you guys do have a Prime membership and you haven't used it on anyone's Twitch channel, you can use it here on Splinterlands TV, or indeed any other Twitch channel. Doesn't cost you a thing beyond your existing Amazon Prime membership, because Amazon owns Twitch. They paid a very pretty sum for Twitch. I think it was last year or the year before, or maybe even the year before that. Also, if you have Amazon Prime, you can get a whole bunch of free PC games, but that doesn't really matter because you've got Splinterlands. At least I hope you've got Splinterlands. We've got reverse speed and we've got Little League. I liked the reverse speed idea until Little League came along right alongside of it. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I feel like Selenia and water. And let's look at increasingly slow things. Grenadier. What else goes slow? Slow healing. Slow blinding. Let's use that as well. Yeah, that is an excellent point. You articulated it better than I could, Vasupi. Way better than I could. Although at least we're not Diablo Immortal or whatever that mobile Diablo game is. That's absolutely absurd, some of the figures that get thrown around in that game. As far as I'm aware, that stuff sticks with you for life. You can't take it with you, or you can't take it elsewhere. What are we gonna do as our tank? I might just YOLO Manticore into the tank position because they've got a lot of health. Looks like it might have been an okay choice. It looks like it was an okay choice. I've still got an enormous amount of magic damage I have to contend with. This is a beautiful stun. That at least buys me the slightest amount of time to allow that to happen, and my Dr. Blight should be able to bring this home. Beautiful poison. Excellent. You think you'll be stuck on silver this season, Butops? It's not good. If you grab a few select cards, though, that could all change. Vasupi says, I said it wrong. Splinterlands, you invest the money. In Diablo and stuff, you just burn your money. I guess that's true. Yeah. I really liked Diablo 3 when it first came out, and they had the real money auction house. So you could go and farm stuff and then sell it to people for actual money. That was a fun little concept. But that didn't last very long, did it? And that was taken away months into the release of Diablo. I thought it was really interesting of Blizzard to do that. But then under Activision, the video game sort of politics of that went pretty lopsided very quickly. I used to be a video game journalist probably a decade ago now. So that time in the video game industry was very interesting, very filled with various bits of upheaval and so on. But Yeah, it's an interesting world. Okay, now we've got Spreading Fury and Back to Basics, so I should probably focus on fast people that do things here. But I also wanted to go Jotun so I could focus on blast things that kill things also. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh, what if they play blue? Well, then I'll lose if they play blue, and I'm willing to accept that possibility. You are a better choice than that. And no, you're the best choice, Pyromaniac. You get to come along. Okay, let's throw some magic in. Well, you're probably the best out of a bunch of poor, slow choices. Ifrit Rising, and then we'll throw, what's his face, Cerberus in at the front. Because Ifrit Rising is not subjected to charge in this rule set. Oh boy. Oh boy, look at all that magic damage coming my way. Will I have enough speed to overcome? Oh, not quite the double kill there. But thank you for the enragement. Gets me close to the double kill. At least they don't have blast. I love beating blue Splinter with red Splinter. It's so satisfying. It's so ridiculously satisfying because it's not designed to work that way. It's the one place where Fire Splinter can give blue Splinter a piece of their mind. Alright, let's see if we can squeeze one more win in under this defend focus. I don't think I will. Certainly not enough to get to that next focus chest. Alright, we got Noxious Fumes and Armored Up. What's my opponent got? Ooh, Rampaging Impaler. That's super, super old school. But they leave themselves vulnerable to sneak there. And I think I might try and take advantage of that. Let's go down the immunity path. I'm going to go Tarsa. Or do I want to go Harclaw? No, let's go Tarsa. Because we've got 2 immunity creatures we can bring along. Forgotten one, Caledon. It's a very expensive team. In terms of mana, bring along a Halfling Alchemist to try and temper Raging Impaler if they elect to bring it. No need for a cleanse because I've got immunity. 3 mana creatures. What have we got available? We don't want any blinds happening. Serpentine Spire I feel like would just explode on impact. What about Dr. Blight? At least then we've got opportunity, Scavenge rather, doing things for us. So let's see how this works. Well, that's unfortunate. One thing I don't have defense against is magic. I was considering going Death with Harclaw using Ouster, but that one's certainly not going to be a victory for me. So we'll scoot away from that one and let's see if we can grab this focus. What do I think about Grandmaster Wraith? I really like him. I thought he was going to make Shieldbearer really ridiculously unbeatable, but every time I try to play him and I encounter Grandmaster Wraith in a mirror match, I always lose. And that makes me sad. I do really like it because Shieldbearer is one of my favorite cards in Life Splinter. But I feel like Life Splinter, particularly in Modern, is let down by a lack of repair. I know that sounds absurd, but with the amount of magical damage that can be pumped out by other Splinters, it just brings Life Sprinter, yes, they run very quick, to a point where they are able to compete against full magic teams. But still I feel like they need something a little bit more aggressive. At least that's my feeling. It's not really in the persona of Life Splinter to be aggressive, though, I imagine. All right, let's see what's in these 6 focus chests. 5.695 splinter shards, 3 splinter shards, 6 splinter shards. Ah, nice, a gold foil bloodmaker. And a pack, that's pretty good. And wow, that's a great start to the season. I think that's better than my end of season rewards. I am not upset by that. That's pretty good. Now that there is stream of luck, I guess. And they're probably 2 of my favorite reward cards, the Bloodmaker and the Pellicle Defective. Favorite on the account of the fact that they're just a meme card as far as I'm concerned. Ooh, a healing focus. Oh, this could be fun. I'm going to be playing a lot of Green Splinter. An absurd amount of Green Splinter. So much Green Splinter. Because they've got the best heals in Gold League. Until Life Splinter takes over in Diamond. But will I even get to Diamond? Not today. Now these are gold level focus chests, so I should zip through these pretty quick. 16 mana cap, Holy Protection. Oh, those are some aggressive teams there. They tend to favor a lot of armor, so what do we have that has piercing available? Wish I had that fire summoner that did piercing. Holy Protection, I guess a mixture of blast and piercing, so I'm gonna make the decision even more difficult for myself by Diamond Dragon? Not Diamond Dragon, Desert Dragon. Do you have piercing? You're going to be very expensive though. Desert Dragon. Yes, Desert Dragon has piercing. I know it's Desert Dragon. I just call it Desert Dragon. Let's go Earth Splinter with the wonderful Desert Dragon. And there's a heal. Divine Shield is in effect as well. Tempting to play Wood Nymph, but that's not the wisest thing I could do. Let's go with Screeching Vulture. Probably also not the wisest thing I could do. And throw those 2 in. Defense mechanism for the rest. Swap that and put Princess in what I'll deem to be a relatively safe spot. Hoping they don't bring Thorns, hoping they don't bring Magic, hoping they don't bring Divine Shield, although I think the rule set has that as part of the gig there. Yes, it is Divine Shield rule set. Hopefully we've got enough speed to hit that Chaos Agent. Goodbye, chicken. I'll miss you. Oh, poison. Terrible. But trample good. Retaliate, please. Oh, the miss. Okay, trample, please. Beautiful. I wish it was endless trample. Okay. Trample, please. Oh, the miss. Oh, the speed. Oh no. Come on. Hit. Why won't something hit them? Oh no. Come on, birdie. There we go. Don't get poisoned. Oh, of course you got poisoned. I think I should still be able to just... No. Can't even get a draw. RNG hates me. I got robbed there. I should have earned 66 rating points. Not my opponent. Absolutely robbed. Daylight robbery. I've got 15 more minutes to make the most of this. I don't know if I'll get a win in those next 15 minutes. But we will see. Come on, find me an opponent. One that I can preferably crush. Interesting rule set, Spreading Fury and Holy Protection. Who's good at being angry? Well, looks like they enjoy a Jotun. So let's go Deep Swimmer. And you know who's good at being angry? Kraken. We can just stop them being angry with Tidebiter. Then we can go bang bang double heal. Throw in Oceanus and throw in Seas. I think that's going to be my best bang for buck. Oceanus or Narissa. From a raw damage standpoint, I think it's got to be Narissa. Yeah, let's do this. Please be Jotun. Oh yes, it's Jotun. Oh no, it's Giant Killer. Oh, you've never seen a man's mood swing so quickly. Don't do it, Grum. Don't hurt me. Oh, that return fire is a beautiful thing to behold. Look at that battle speed accelerate. Return fire and backfire always do that. It's a great little bug. But it's one I enjoy because it resulted in victory. Oh, refresh the page. And I managed to slip in 2 focus creatures into that one. So it got me a pretty good chunk of that first chest, but bearing in mind these are gold chests. I was hoping I'd get up to like just before diamond, then win, get into diamond, but then be getting diamond points while getting gold chests. That would have been awesome, but it was not to be. Could still happen, but we'll see. Won't happen today. Load, load, load. Well, it's not loading. Looking for an opponent. First day of the season is always like this. Noxious fumes and explosive weaponry. Well, those are some pretty savage creatures. Mostly. Maybe we go. Who's got immunities? I'm gonna go. I don't know, that Death Splinter is a good idea. I want Death Splinter to be a good idea here. I think Dragon might actually be the best idea. No, let's go Death. Harklaw to the rescue. Dr. Blight. Then, if we're gonna die, we're gonna die. But we're gonna try and leech as much life as we possibly can along the way. Do we have a... I have a Natcore is sort of crucial here. Then 1 mana, anything ranged? Ooh, Therosa might be fun. And Corpse Fiend will be useless. Let's go. I said, let's go. So I've hit the battle button, but nothing's happening. Alright, well, let's go back to the interface. We won. Let's see how we won. Oh, we did win via death by magic reflect. And immunity from Harklaw being very useful. Also immunity on Vanatcore being very useful too. Why would you pick Jotun when Blast is part of the rule set? Surely the +1 range, the +1 health wouldn't be as beneficial. That's why I won. Okay. Another 13 mana. Fire and death. Oh, they've got an Ember Storm. Don't know what their death hand looks like. But with equal opportunity and evens, if I play Marek or Pyre, means I'm going to get the maximum monsters in, as opposed to playing Tarsa. So let's go Marek. I'm going to go Retaliation. There's no other Retaliation. What about in Death Splinter? Is there any Retaliation available? There is not. Okay. If I play 4 mana summoner, it gives me 9 mana. Yeah, we want the full 10. So Marek, this guy. Since it's opportunity, let's go with a Scavenge. Oh, actually, no. Let's go with Exploding Rats. And we'll go with Ant Miners. We'll round out the team with these guys, but we make sure that Exploding Rats are there so that the opportunity goes there and they are safe. Well, safer. I think I should be okay. Oh, they don't have True Strike at this league level. That's unfortunate. I was going to rely on that True Strike, watch their Retaliate hit, and then mine miss. Perfect. Really happy with Scorch Fiend hitting. Didn't expect that. That was a ugly Retaliation. Should be okay though. Excellent. I thought that one through thoroughly, and that worked out well for me. Alright, let's go. Another 8 minutes, or about 7.5 minutes left of me here this evening. That is a 3-game win streak. I just realized. That's good. And what should we be playing next? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've gone fire, death, water, dragon with green is what they're going to see in my history. I think it might be time for the life splinter. Yeah. Let's look at the life splinter next. Maybe green splinter. Well, it's not going to be either of those things. We've got reverse speed, so I think it's going to be Death Splinter, because they've got the nicest, slowest things. And we go Death plus Dragon, but we don't go Kitty. We go Drake of Anorak, because I want armor, because I'm going to be using Void Armor Man. And I also want to be using the wonderful, the one and only Desert Dragon. Where is my lovely Pegasus? Yeah, chat is so quiet. I've been rambling to myself and chat's just chilling out. I think I've possibly put them all to sleep with the sound of my voice. I think it's a valid hypothesis. Tortosan Chief, or do I go with something 3+2? Let's go 3+2. We don't have a healer. Yeah, Tortoise Chief. No, we do have a healer. We've got Corrupt Pegasus. What am I talking about? Maybe a silence. Let's go Death Elemental. That doesn't really work very well in burst speed. Grenadier. Then for 2 mana, I guess we'll go with that. Alright, let's see how this goes. 28 people apparently watching the stream, Cougar. What sort of shop do you run, Bootops? Well, this seems pretty mirror matchy. But I think I'm going to be okay. I'm sad that missed. Now, oh, why didn't you get enraged? There we go. Now go smack. There we go. Excellent. Beautifully played. Oh, the repair was annoying. Repair was super annoying because it stopped Gauladon from going bang as much as they could have and should have. Be really nice of Halfling Alchemist to hit. I don't think they've hit once. Could I sneak in some Rift Watchers preparation talk? Yeah. My approach is stack as much SPS as possible in this lead up, because I feel like when the announcement proper comes from the team to say, hey, Rift Watchers is coming, it's going to shoot up the price of SPS when they release details, and vouchers as well. I think they're going to be pretty integral, but wild and pure speculation on my part. I think it's going to be aggroed saying a whole bunch of push and shove as the instructions just with the release of Chaos Legion. I think there will be, there of course is going to be another promo card for the pre-sale of Chaos Legion. I think if I was the Splinterlands team, I'd probably limit the promo card to the biggest X purchases instead of guaranteeing it for however many packs are purchased, but we'll see. Hey Garlic, welcome. Hope you're ready to take over from me in 2 minutes time and wake up the chat, because I've put them all to sleep with my lullabies. This is probably going to be my last battle. So we do have Commander Garlic coming up next, who will be an enormous juxtaposition to my voice with their super duper high energy. It's why they schedule us like this. It's to give everyone absolute shock. I'm going Jotun here. I'm YOLOing without respect for whatever my opponent may play. Hoping it's not a Grandmaster Wraith plus a Shield Bearer, but it could be. So let's go all of the range stuff and just focus on that. What is it going to be? Let's go stun Cornelius, and that's my team. That's not gonna work. That's not enough creatures. If it's Shield Bearer, we should have that. Countess Sanash is a non-negotiable. A Bloodmaker will spread out some damage. See if we can't stun them, and then for 3 more damage, let's go with a snipe. Countess Sanash can hide there. Lava Spider can go there. Let's click battle, and hope we see what happens. For Diamond League, certainly, Shield Bearer is amazing there. I got a gold foil Shield Bearer. I love him. He's a good friend of mine. The only reason I've got one is because when I opened up all my Untamed packs, that was the one I had the most gold foils of, so I thought screw it. But it depends on your league. Yeah, Shield Bearer is a great card, but I think in low leagues, the fire creature is better. But that's all I've got time for today, so I will catch you guys on the next one. Cheers.